Russia is banned from Twitch? Wait, they can't watch Twitch now? Wait, what? Wait, this started today? Twitch and Onlyfans are suspending payments to Russian content creators? No shot. Let's see if I can find an article about this. Okay, this is a post on Reddit. And here we go. Twitch and Onlyfans block all users from Russia due to sanctions. It's because of the SWIFT sanctions. How is this surprising? Russia's been sanctioned, preventing money transfers. Real sanctions kicking in. That's right, bro. Yeah. Holy shit. That's nuts, man. I'm scrolling down, reading some more of these here. I don't see any reporting from major news sites about this one. It's one of the things you can check for yourself. Russian OnlyFans accounts are currently all marked inactive. How does he know that? And the account owners have confirmed on social media that OnlyFans isn't letting them withdraw their money due to the sanctions. Oh my god, that's amazing. Like, not in a good way, right? I'm not saying in a good way, but it's amazing that like something like this big is happening. I don't think this is good, by the way, because these are not sanctions on, like, these are sanctions that are directly being done to civilians that are living in Russia, right? It's like the equivalent of like a company going and banning every single person who plays a video game in Russia. And like, I really don't like this, the way that some people are making it out as if the Russian population is the same and are all supporting the Ukraine stuff. I really don't like this, and I find it to be such dangerous rhetoric. This is the same rhetoric that was used with 9/11 to demonize Muslims and Arabs. This is the same rhetoric that's being used, that was used last fucking year to demonize people that were Asian, and you saw the violence increase on that. It's complete fucking bullshit. It is complete fucking bullshit, and I am so sick of reading it. Trash take, they're responsible. Okay, what country do you live in? And I'm going to blame you and harass you directly because everybody in this fucking world has blood on their hands if you go back long enough. I am not responsible because George Bush wanted to fucking bomb something and I couldn't have even voted for him. I was 14 years old. What the fuck did I do? Like, there are people that get like this justice boner and they have to, like, these are people who like the idea. These are the people that would be burning witches. These are the people that would be going out and fucking being the inquisitors, trying to, find a reason to put someone in jail because they suspect that they could be blasphemers. This is the most disgusting, despicable shit. And I understand that sanctions have to happen, but why the fuck are they sanctioning the individual people? This is a individual thing. Russia doesn't have Twitch and OnlyFans. Individual people do. And hurting those individual people is, in my opinion, wrong. I think it is, in my opinion, wrong. SWIFT? I don't care. I don't care what the treaties are. See, like, I don't care what the rules are. The rules don't matter to me. The rules are irrelevant. I don't care about laws. I don't care about rules. I don't care about contracts. I don't care about anything. I only care about what I think is right and what I think is wrong. That's it. A fucking sheet of paper that was written by some old fuck 50 years ago who's dead now doesn't mean anything to me. Any sanctions would affect the Russian people. They would, but it's different whenever you're doing it directly to the directly to people. Like, these are individual business owners directly to them. Like, please tell me that you understand the difference between like an individual person and like a large company that's operating out of Russia. Those are massively fucking different. Yeah, please get educated on this issue. Please get educated on this issue. What do you want me to say? Isn't the idea to turn the public against its own government? I don't really think that's what's going to happen. By turning the public against its own government, by trying to sanction individual people and making them homeless in the country is not going to do that. It's just going to ruin lives. Like, that's really what it's going to do, is it's going to ruin lives, and it's going to make individual people, many of which do not support it even to begin with, it's just hurting them. They're not sanctioning individual people. Effectively, they are. Yeah, effectively, they are doing that. It's bad. How else should the U.S. government respond? These are private companies. I don't know how they should respond. But I think that whenever you're doing business with like individual people, you should not try to ruin people's lives. That's all it comes down to. Is isolating Russia making the people riot against their government? Well, we'll have to see what happens. I honestly think it's a bad take, Asmon. Good intentions, but a bad take. I don't see why, though. Do you think there are ways to sanction without negatively impacting the people? I do think so, yeah. I think that sanctions affecting like large businesses and things that are more controlled by the Russian government should be the first thing that you would do, and not shutting down individual payments to individual people that live in Russia. To me, I find that to be there's a very big difference between the two things. So like the Russian government has a lot of imports and exports as well, right? And I would focus on the largest companies that are most connected to the Russian government and also the government itself, and impose sanctions upon them initially, and then see what happens from there. That's what I would do. Give me 1 second. Chat is moving way too fast. Let me see here. Subscribers. Yeah, I'm going to put it on sub mode. People are just going absolutely crazy about this. You can't do one without the other? Yeah, I literally can't even read about this. Yeah, this is nuts. Bro, they're corrupt. They'd watch the money with Twitch if it was left open. I don't know, man. Ban the word take? Yeah, I think so. Well, we're going crazy because you're wrong? I don't think I'm wrong about this. I mean, like, shutting down, like, the individual payments to the creators, I think that's kind of scary, man. Swift is literally for international transactions. You're wrong on this one. People are really radical about their ideologies. Comes to political-based stuff. Change quickly. They're trying to ruin their income to stop them from investing into their military efforts. Sanctioning private companies, end up providing tax money as part of it. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't seem to understand. SWIFT is a system banks use to transfer money. Sanctions are aimed at the banks and not the people using the bank. I mean, so why would that matter? Yeah, why would that matter? I'm not really sure, like, what the point of that is. Yeah, it's still affecting individual people and hurting individual people. Like, it's just difficult. Russia's done a lot to avoid and insulate itself from sanctions. Because you said directly targeting people is bad. SWIFT ban is sort of important to prevent them from financing their invasion, putting a lot of pressure on oligarchs, close circles, Putin, unfortunately himself. We need to sanction them, as when the country is run by these companies. Putin's oligarchs are the ones hurting more citizens right now. Let me see this. Let me read what people are saying here. It matters because people whose websites cannot give them money. It's not the companies that are receiving to get their money. Russia shouldn't be invading any countries in the first place where the people in Ukraine already ruined lives. I agree that there are individuals in Ukraine hurting right now too. That's true. That's definitely true. I understand what's morally right and what's effective. He's saying it's an effective method to halt their economy. Yeah, I guess like it's... I can see what people are saying. Like, I definitely can. Like, to me, I just, I dislike it, and it frustrates me a lot, because, like, these things are, like, this is what's happening, like, directly to, like, an individual person, rather than, like, a large company that's controlled by, like, Russian oligarchs, you know? Like, some 23-year-old girl that's on Onlyfans in Russia, in my opinion, is not really the same thing, or some Twitch user that's on Twitch or something like that, is not really the same thing in my mind to a, you know, a Russian oligarch that owns, like, a large company or something like that. And so it does really worry me a lot to see that kind of stuff happen, because I do think that there are a lot of people that live in Russia that do get negatively affected by this whenever they don't even have any sort of impact in it at all. What's this going to do? Is this going to make the Russian government, you know, like, stop doing this? Are they going to fight back harder? I'm not really sure. But, like, it does really suck for me to see individual people who are, like, these are, you know, in many cases, like, sole proprietors, right? These are people that own their own business, and, like, their individual business that they have that has no real direct connection with, like, you know, the Russian military efforts or anything like that. They see that, and their business is directly affected and harmed. And to me, that seems a lot different than not doing business with Russia on, like, a macro level, with, like, doing business with, like, their government, or doing business with, like, large companies that are involved with their government. Like, these two things are kind of, these two things are very different to me. Do you guys see kind of what I'm saying here? Mess with the oligarchs, okay, fact. Yeah. So what's your solution? I don't know. Like, and like, this is really what the problem is with something like this. Because, like, I'm thinking about it, and it's like, yeah, like, how else can you deal with it? How else can this happen? I guess, like, It's meant to fuck the Russian people and force them to shove a ban up Putin's ass. I don't know if it's gonna do that. Like I really don't know if it's going to do that or not. Yeah, it will. It won't work. What I am worried about. This is really kind of what I'm worried about. And I could be wrong about this. I could be off base on this. I am worried that what does an animal do whenever it is cornered? I am worried that they will lash out and they will be even more aggressive and even more militaristic than they are now. And it's a last resort to prevent a bigger war. Russia's the aggressor. How can you affect a company's economy without affecting the general public? I mean, and that's really what happens, right? And like, yeah, I mean, you guys do bring up a good point. Yeah, I mean, you do. Like, it is a good point. Like, because you can't, because even if you affect the large businesses or like the government even, like there are individual people that work at the government that probably don't agree with it either. So it's like, what really is the difference? I guess like it really bothers me because like it's an individual thing that like you're dealing with individual business owners rather than like people that are part of like a larger umbrella. But I guess at a certain point, if you're making like umbrella sanctions like this, it's hard to not do that. You know what I mean? Who it targets is the difference. Yeah, I think who it targets is bad. This is the last resort, apart from total nuclear. I don't know. I mean, it seems like things have just happened so fast in the past few days. It just really kind of freaks me out. And it really worries me because like what I think is going to happen is like, I'm worried about them escalating it even more. Because if they're getting sanctioned, then like what's to stop them from even escalating it even more? I mean, that's what I'm saying is like Russia is a nuclear superpower. It's very hard to, it's like how do you negotiate with a nuclear superpower? Nothing to lose. Yeah, exactly. They're already ready to their nuclears. Yeah, it's just like they'll run out of money. They won't need to worry about that if they use nuclear bombs. Nobody will. Sanctions are bullshit, chat? I don't know if they are or not. Like, I feel like sanctions are an obvious solution on like on a large level, but I think that this kind of bothers me because it's on a personal level to individual business owners that don't have any connection to Russia, right? Or to the Russian government. But it's like, you guys do make a good point. It's like, yeah, I mean, again, how can you do this without probably hitting people as collateral? I don't know. It's a really tough thing. And like, now that I think about it more, it is a lot more, yeah, it's not black and white at all. It's a lot more complicated than this. I mean, this is what I've learned, like looking into politics and stuff like this, is like, you sanction government-owned businesses, easy. I think that's what I would do as a first step, right? Like, that's the first thing that I would do, yeah. This is how to attack without killing Russian civilians. Sanctions are a big deal to the country's economy. If you think that it isn't a big deal, it's go to trial. Oh, yeah, absolutely it is. It's massive. It's better than invading and bombing them. I mean, yeah, agreed, 100%. I spoke to Tarkov streamer and those Russian Twitch streamers. They still get paid, but they have to go through some crazy method. Yeah, I would assume so. No clue. People here think banning users and remotely setting level on sanctions. Banning users hurts individuals directly, sanctions indirectly, as if Twitch thoughts are going to riot. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of true, but like, yeah, it's the same thing as like anything else that happens like this. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's war, man. It sucks. There's no way to make it amicable. And that's kind of the way that I look at it, right? Is like the more I think about it, it's like, well, how do you solve the problem in general? I guess like to me, it just seems like everything's just happened like in like what, 72 hours now? And like it's escalated to this massive level. And I understand like it's been, you know, apparently like boiling over since 2014. I understand that. I get that. But like in terms of like the military stuff, it's happened so fast. It's insane. Crypto's possible gifts. Russia's planned this. I don't know. Like I guess like this, it just scares me, man. Like the escalation and stuff like this really scares me. I think it was Albert Einstein that said that he didn't know what weapons or you know, tools of war would be fought with World War III, but he knows that World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones. That freaks me the fuck out because I wouldn't be able to, like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Like, I wouldn't be able to play video games, wouldn't be able to do shit. And like, everybody be dead. Like, fuck, it scares the shit out of me. Sanction hurts everyone in Europe. It's still all in for them. Yeah, Elon Musk gave Ukraine internet from Starlink. Yeah, I saw that before. The last president seems to think Russia making bank by raising oil prices. I don't know about that. Sanctions are in preparation for a much longer war. Man, it just scares the shit out of me, man. And I get why people are like mad about like my opinion on it. And like, yeah, like maybe I did overreact a little bit, but like it just really freaks me out whenever I see that this stuff happens. It feels so wrong to me. Because it does. It feels wrong to me that you have individual content creators with no affiliation to the Russian government that are like private business owners that are being hurt by this. Like that seems very, very wrong to me, regardless of like the bigger picture, etc. This is, in my opinion, a shitty, if you know, in best case scenario, this is a shitty, it's a shitty secondary effect. That's your biggest issue. What about human rights? I'm banning you. You're banned. You're literally perma-banned. Yeah, you're just literally perma-banned. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, you're just banned. Like, I don't want to read that. People put words in my mouth, think I said things I didn't. Yeah, who brought that up? Yeah, I mean, you also have Ukrainian content creators being affected by their cities being attacked. That's true. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like I didn't say that was, like, I mean, I was very outspoken about that, too. Some content creators already leaving Russia, even before the SWIFT sanction. Yeah. What'd he say? He implied that I thought that it was worse that Russian OnlyFans creators is like, you know, them not being able to make money was worse than Ukrainians getting bombed. And like, anybody who wants to put that accusation on me, I don't need that kind of energy in my life. This is a conversation. Like, I don't like to argue and like if somebody ever starts like emotionally elevating things, I immediately ban them. Because like I'm not an emotional person and I don't like being around emotional people. I find it to be incredibly unnerving, very stressful, and I don't like it at all. So if anybody is like emotional or like, oh, I'm upset and you know, this is why I acted this way, get the fuck out of my life. Get out of my life. I do not want to deal with people like that. And don't talk about them, just chill on Lost Ark. Well, I mean, of course I want to talk about it, right? I mean, like, I'm not afraid of talking about things. I just don't want to deal with people who are crazy. That's about it. Do you appear to be sensible, though? I get your point. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is I literally tolerate zero of that. Literally zero of that. What's this here? By far best video on why. I might look at that at some point. Control your emotions or hitting out at others. You can have a conversation without getting emotional. Yeah. And that's what I'm really saying. Trying to understand having a conversation. The guy just looks for drama, so sad. Yeah. I mean, again, like if I feel like somebody's being disingenuous or whatever, it's understandable. Emotional people, very dangerous. Yeah, but I don't care about how they feel. Like, can you imagine a world where everybody had to worry about how everybody else felt? You couldn't do anything. The world functions because people are able to control themselves and their emotions and think about things logically. I don't care how you feel. It doesn't matter to me how you feel. The moment that how you feel affects me negatively, then I don't care about that. I'm not I am not going to allow myself to be like attacked or harassed or something like that from somebody who is emotional. I don't care what your reason is. The moment that it comes out of your mouth and it affects me, then it's my problem now, and I solve my problems. War is what happens whenever emotional decisions are made. War is what happens whenever economies are going down the toilet. That's my opinion. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, like, Hitler would have never... I really don't think... And even in World War I, right? They said that, you know... Which general was it? Fucking, I forgot which one, said that the World War II treaties and everything like that were a 20-year armistice. And he was pretty much right on the fucking money with that one. Yeah, I hate all kinds of stuff like this. I think most people hate this shit. Like Patton? I don't think it was Patton. I thought it was like it was, I don't know, it was like one of the European guys. And anyway, what I'm saying is like, I think this stuff is really scary to me, and it just freaks me out because like I don't really see myself going. I'm not going to go to war, right? I'm 31. Like obviously they're gonna send in. They're gonna send out a bunch of 19-year-olds to get killed, right? Same as they did in Vietnam. And so I'm gonna be pretty much fucking fine. But that shit still freaks me out, man. It really does. And personally, I think it still will personally affect everybody. I think the truth is that nobody, I think, wants a war. And like anybody who does is just, if you talk to them and have a real conversation with them, the only reason why they want a war is because they think that they'll win and there'll be no negative outcome for themselves, right? They're just stupid and naive. So yeah, it freaks me out a lot. I can see why people disagree with me on this perspective. And yeah, as I said before, it seems really wrong to me that you have people that are being affected on like a very personal level as, you know, sole business owners. I can see that it's a sanction, and the sanctions does, you know, kind of make sense at a certain point. But, you know, it does freak me out a lot, and that's why I reacted the way that I did. It seems very wrong, and I do think that it's an unnecessary, it's not going to be unnecessary, but it's an unintended consequence that's being affected to people that are not necessarily responsible for what's being done wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's really what my point is. So you reacted emotionally? No. There's nothing emotional about it. I said that it feels wrong. Like, I'm just going to ban you. Yeah, I said I'm just going to ban you immediately. Like, that's so I did this? No, you're just, no, I'm just going to ban you. That's it. I literally, that's an emotional reaction. Yeah, that's not what I said at all. I looked at it from that perspective. I thought about it more. I was like, well, this does make sense. And I still stand by my original point. But yeah, you're right. It's very hard to do this without affecting normal people. And whenever you think about it more and you think out the chain of events, and, you know, because like if you sanction a large company, you know, even one that's controlled by Russia, something like that, if you sanction something like this, there are individual people that work there that make $40,000 a year, and they go home to their family, and, you know, 40,000, whatever the equivalent of that is in Russia, they go home to their family, and they're the exact same as an OnlyFans creator or a Twitch streamer or something like that, effectively, right? I mean, these people, they might work for a company, but they're not, you know, trying to promote the war. They're not trying to do anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I see it. I hate people looking for gotchas. Yeah, I just ban them. Anybody that tries to do a gotcha on me, I just ban them. I'm trying to have like an honest conversation where I listen to people's point of view, and if some stupid idiot fucking comes in here and says that shit to me, like, I don't want to, like, I think this was a productive conversation. I learned some things. I thought about it more, and I think people generally see my point of view too. This was a productive conversation, and why would I allow somebody to come in and ruin that because they're trying to, they think that they're smart? You know what I mean? Because they want to go in and assert that they're smart, or rationalize them being emotional and putting that on other people. It's your fault for wanting to serious conversation about Twitch chat. Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. I think you're totally right. And so yeah, and that's why war sucks. People don't want it and suffer because in no end, it's at the end that no one really wants. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, for sure. I mean, issues like this where it needs to be done more. People are scared that political commentary will ruin the chat. The thing is, like, it doesn't really ruin the chat that much. I just turn on sub mode. Like, yeah, and it's like sub mode is, I do that mainly because, like, there are a lot of people that just type, like, crazy rude shit to me. And, like, if I have sub mode on, less people do that. And also, I can read the messages faster. Or I can read the messages more easily. And so, yeah, like, in general, anybody who I've said before is rude to me or anything like that, I just immediately remove them. And I've had this policy for years now, and I think that every Twitch streamer should take this policy. Anybody who is rude to you, even in a slight way, that is actually, like, not banter or goofing around, right? But is as genuinely rude to you, immediately ban them and never even consider it. Never even think, oh, maybe they had a bad day or whatever. Their bad day doesn't need to be your bad day. That's the way I feel about it. Rusty, you understand that oligarchs, politicians are a problem? Yeah, for sure. Weird fucking times we live in? Yeah, exactly. It certainly does. How do you feel like Hacker Anonymous group? Yeah, the hacker group Anonymous declaring war on Russia? I don't really, I don't think about that at all. I mean, I think it's funny. Didn't they hack, like, the Russian government or something like that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, didn't that happen? I'm pretty sure. People, it's really stupid. Some people think blocking yours on Twitter is a sign of weak character. Yeah, I did think that was funny for sure. I don't think Anonymous is really going to do a whole lot. I feel like the whole threat of Anonymous has, like, gone down in the last 10 years. I remember during, like, you know, the Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street stuff, Anonymous was much more powerful. And now I don't really know how much influence they're really going to have. Scott Jers, don't contribute to the Russian economy. Why should they be hurt? Well, anybody who exists in the economy contributes to the economy, even if they don't directly, right? Like if you're paying, like everything, like think of the economy as like an ecosystem, right? Like in like in a forest, right? You have like a really big tree, and then like leaves fall off the tree, and then like maybe like bugs eat the leaves, and then like the bugs die, and then like the bodies decompose, and then like, you know, mushrooms grow on them, and then like, you know, they keep the dirt clean, and then like the trees need the dirt, and it's like it's basically like a it's, you know, effectively like human centipede or an ecosystem, right? Whichever one you want to use. So yeah, that's the way I look at it. Yeah, everybody contributes to the economy just by existing inside of the economy and spending any sort of money. And even by not spending money, sometimes they exist in the economy as well. Yeah, it's a butterfly effect. That's basically it. Cycle of life. Yeah, so for sure. Most offensive thing is that Putin, look, I don't want to get too far into this. Obviously, I talked about this because it affects Twitch, and I'm on Twitch, etc. The sanctions and the way that they work, as I said, you know, I said what I said. It's kind of the way that I feel, but I can see why people feel like it's necessary too. And in a big way, it's really hard for me to say, yeah, how can you address it any other way? You know what I mean? But it just really fucking sucks, man. I think that we can all agree, right? It really fucking sucks if you are just like an average Russian guy who doesn't give a fuck about politics and just wants to watch CSGO or stream CSGO, and your livelihood just immediately got put on the line. That really fucking sucks. That's the way that I feel about it. And like, yeah. And I mean, don't even get me started on the Ukrainians. Like, imagine how they fucking feel. It's just, why does shit like this even have to happen? I always wonder, why does this even ever have to happen? It's just so, it's so fucking shitty, man. So fucking shitty. Greed? I think it is. I really do. I think it's greed. That's what I think most of it comes out of. I hate it. I hate it so much.